Yo, what is going on, guys? Winner Kills here, and welcome to a brand new locals feature match. Here we are in round 1 for the week, and we've got DDD facing off against B.A.S.E.D. Yeah, the Brave Artifact Souls Enforcer Dragon deck, or whatever it's called. I don't know. But, yeah, my friend Partho versus my friend Adam on the right. So we'll see how this one plays out. And as we see a Magician's Souls resolve here, dumping the Illusion of Chaos, let's take a look at the poll results really quickly. Just shy of 600 votes, and looks like you guys are heavily in favor of B.A.S.E.D. 61% going to B.A.S.E.D. and 39 to DDD. So let's see if you guys are correct. We're going to see the Souls dump the Gabu, the dangerous Gabu, and go ahead and draw 1. And I think we're going to see a very unorthodox play. Yeah, I remember this. Yeah, because this was right before I was about to leave. I was watching them play this out because I got the bye round 1. Also, my first local is playing Sword Soul Tenyi, and I was about to go get some food, and I saw my man tribute summon for a Mare, and I was a little shocked. But, yeah, I kind of wanted to see how this played out, so now I'm actually getting to see how it plays out after the fact in post. So we'll see Mare summon all but 1 token here. Okay, no, going for all 3. So drop Mare down to a level 4. So we'll see what he's going to opt to go ahead and summon now. We'll see him go ahead and link up. Yep, link off into Helka Fireaxe. For a second I was like, there's no level 5 synchro he's going to make. And then we'll see him summon the Rose Dragon. Rocks Rose Dragon, Red Rose Dragon, I can't remember their names. But level 3 tuner from the deck normally is paired with Wandering Griffin Rider to go into the Baron de Fleur, but doesn't really have access to that right now. So you will synchro 4 into Cupid Pitch, and that's going to allow him to go ahead and search, I believe, the Hop Ear Squadron. And the Rose Dragon is going to go ahead and summon out Rocks Rose. That's Rocks Rose Dragon. Okay, that one looks a little bit more familiar. Or, well, no, you don't search off Cupid immediately. You search, I think, when it uses material. But yeah, either way, he's going to go ahead and link here into Artifact Dagda. And we're going to go ahead and see him Synchro 8 with the Cupid Pitch, which was a level 5. I believe, because of its effect. And going to also trigger its other effect when it's sent to the grave. It'll burn 100 points of damage for every level of the monster it was used to synchro summon. So Savage is an 8, so it'll take 800. I'm just going to pull up Cupid Pitch really quick on my phone. We're going to see him get Artifact Scythe set directly from the deck. Yep, super fun and interactive gameplay there. And he'll also search the Hop Ear Squadron. Yeah. And if you do, you can add 1 level 8 or lower monster with 600 defense from your deck to your hand. So being able to search out the Hop Ear Squadron, which is basically like a quick synchro in the deck. Kind of cool. And it'll pair well with the Boral Savage once its negate is exhausted, allowing him access to Baron de Fleur. And he also has the hard-opened Fusion Destiny for the DPE. So it does have access to the Scythe Lock, plus Borreload Savage, plus that Hop Ear Squadron for Baron in hand. And, you know, I know DDD pretty well. Not super well currently, but I know it well enough for the fact that, you know, if it can't get into the extra deck, it's probably not going to do too much. Especially when it has to play through 2 Omni Negates and a pop. So we'll see how our DDD player can go ahead and navigate through this board here. I see him lead with the Copernicus, and I feel like this is one of those decks that you could easily shotgun DPE for Scythe, and I know there's a bit of a glare there, but I believe he went ahead and dumped Necro Slime. So we're going to see DPE pop Copernicus, and the Scythe effect will activate here. And does he have the out? Typically, one of the only outs you can really have at this point is Droplet. You know, some people say, oh, just imperm, right? I guess that's why sometimes it's better to not shotgun it, because you can lose the imperm very hard. But yeah, I think if you wait a little longer, which is definitely the smart thing to do, you know, they have to have Droplet, they have to have DD Crow, they have to have Cosmic Cyclone, yeah, at the right time. But we're going to see our DD player have exactly what he needs here to keep going. Hard opening the Droplet. Yeah, and I think like outside of that, that might just like be the only main decked out our DDD player has, which is pretty lucky. So we will see Lamia go ahead and pitch to go ahead and summon. And we'll see Ragnarok effect activate here to pay 1,000 to go ahead and special summon a DD monster from grave. Gonna go ahead and bring out another copy of Ragnarok. I don't think there's any Synchro 9s available in the deck, but now looks like on the summon of Ragnarok, which is a threat because of its tribute to banish effect, we're gonna see Hopier Squadron activate. It's gonna allow him to go ahead and quick synchro into Baron de Fleur. So now he has to worry about an Omni Negate still. Now most of the board played through right now, but you know, still a lot to kind of get through at this point. The board still needs to be cleared. We'll see him go ahead and Xyz change into the DDD Divisor King Machinex, Deus Machinex. Really can't wait to play the DDD strategy. That may or may not be the next deck we dive into after Sword Soul 1 deck 1 month, but you didn't hear that from me. So our DDD player is going to go ahead and quickly read over the DPE here. And DPE, kind of afraid of a card like Divisor, because, you know, go ahead and just attach it to it as material, and that's problematic. But we're going to see Divisor go over top of Artifact Scythe, and I think the only play from here is probably to go into the Divine Arsenal Zeus, to go ahead and try to either trade with the Baron or clear the rest of the field. We're going to see Zeus activate. Yep, Baron will go ahead and negate. And I really don't think there's too much else our DDD player can do, except for maybe Fusion Summon. I know there was a Necro Slime that was dumped off of that Copernicus earlier in the turn, and that's exactly what we're going to see. So still a little bit of juice left in the tank here. Going to go ahead and Fusion Summon into a copy of Genghis. I was going to say, he could go for D-Arc into, you know, Siegfried, but we're just going to see him link into a copy of Gilgamesh. And I can only imagine he's doing this because of its float effect. End phase Fusion Destiny will kill the DPE. Remembering that now here. And then standby phase after declaring effect will revive itself, revive a Destiny hero monster from the grave. No standby phase effect of DPE here. And what's interesting enough here, if this Baron sticks around, which I imagine it will, during the next standby phase, our base player can go ahead and just use Baron's tag out effect to go ahead and revive Scythe, trigger Scythe effect, and just lock our DDD player out of the extra deck for a second turn in a row. Yeah, one of the main reasons why Scythe is such a problem, because the decks that it's abused in, it is abused in way more than it ever should be. Like, we're not talking, you know, you're siding Artifact Sanctums to Scythe your opponent for a turn, right, to, you know, buy you a little time. We're talking, it's putting up a Scythe lock. The only answer is oftentimes DD Crow, Droplet, and Cosmic Cyclone, which a lot of those, two of those cards really aren't main decked this format. Usually Crow and Cosmic find their way into the sides, and you're not typically going to be playing against this deck every round, so, like, you know, I just think it's a card that has to go. Yes, there are outs to it, but it is such an unhealthy card. There should not be a card like that that exists in Yu-Gi-Oh! And so easily facilitated and protected and abused, because, again, Baron, standby phase, tag out for Scythe. Good luck, right? So we're going to see a Hulk get summoned here, summoning out a Punk monster. We're going to see Foxy Tune pitch itself and Ash go ahead and summon out another Punk. Pay 6 to go ahead and search here. I think he's going to go ahead and grab another Foxy Tune. Yep. And then we're going to see him go ahead and normal summon and then synchro into the level 11 Punk synchro. Okay, and then that can go ahead and blow cards up based on the number of level 3 psychics in the grave, which I think was like 2 there. So that can be a pop 2. And then that's just, I think, going to signal the end of the game, and we're into game 2. And I'd like to mention a quick shout out the ways you guys can support the channel. You can use my discount code WINNERKILLS10 off at checkout on ImperiumDuelist.com when you guys are buying anything there, playmat, sleeves, deck boxes, dice, etc. Or use the affiliate links I have to TCG Player and the Coldest Water in the description of all my videos. So definitely check that out, guys. Really would appreciate it, and it helps out the channel a ton. And also consider subscribing to the channel if you haven't already for more daily content, pretty much. Yeah, as I'm trying to upload daily as much as I possibly can. So all very much appreciated. Getting back into the game here, we're going to go ahead and see him summon out DD Dog. which I think is like a personal tech for this particular DDD player. Although I do like DD Dog quite a bit. It seems like a pretty strong card. Its scale effect, I know, is pretty potent. Also is a level 6, which can help in situations where you need to make your high wave Caesar. Also looks like we're seeing the effect of DD Griffin here getting ashed. Fusioning into the Genghis, swirl sliming out the dog, and then using Genghis to revive Griffin, trigger Griffin, ash. Now we're going to see a copy of Gilgamesh here. And you got to have Valor or Imperm because Ash does not do anything against this card. It looks like it is going to resolve, so he'll go ahead and take 1,000 damage, go ahead and scale a DD Cerberus, or no, DD Orthos, I believe, and a copy of Kepler. So high scale is 10, and I don't know exactly what the scale is on Orthos, but it's got to be low enough to go ahead and pen summon out that Griffin. We're going to see him make the rank 6 here. And then normal summon Token Collector. That's absolutely huge. Using it as an extender in this deck, very, very cool. Then we're going to see him make the Wave Caesar, using Orthos to go ahead and pop the other scale and the Caesar, trigger Caesar effect, and you're also getting your Token Collector in the grave, which is pretty strong against this deck. It's going to turn off Mare, it's going to turn off Auroradon, and it will also turn off the entire Brave engine. Yeah, that's right. Not only good against Sword Soul people, also good against this particular deck. And we'll see what exactly he's going to go ahead and grab here. He's going to grab Dark Contract with the Valkyrie or Dark Contract with the Witch, which is basically like a Raigeki Break. And then we're going to see him go ahead and Ixie's change into the Divisor King. Pretty standard end board here for the most part. I've seen other end boards end on this, but plus Siegfried, but this seems to be a pretty standard board. We're going to see Vashuda attempt to summon itself. It will get negated by the Wave Caesar, and that's just going to signal the end of the game. Our base player did not open up enough interaction to be able to stop that board, and not enough push power to play through it. So we are into a Game 3 situation, and wouldn't be surprised to see base going to go ahead and go first here, leading with a copy of Enchantress. I know it's a little cut off there. My apologies. I for some reason, when I was setting up my camera this week, I thought I was like a little too far out, so I zoomed in a little bit. And sometimes it's very hard to tell, you know, how good the picture is because my camera has a very small LCD screen on it, and sometimes it can be a little deceiving. So I do apologize for that, for being a little off this week. Try to fix that for next week. And we're going to see the Rite of Aramasir, Fateful Adventure, Token, etc. So off to a pretty solid start here. Can he make just as good of a board, if not better, than we saw in Game 1? We're going to see him go ahead and special summon that Tenyi Spirit Vashuda. That is going to go ahead and trigger the Fateful Adventure to go ahead and add the Draco pack. And we're also going to see the other effect of Fateful Adventure to go ahead and search the Wandering Griffin Rider. So just search, just free searches all day. And I'm assuming he discarded the Draco back and then just triggered Draco back to go ahead and equip, unless he just forgot the discard. I don't know if you like can't discard Draco back off of that search, but off of the equip spell search. We're going to see him normal summon Fairy Tale Snow, which is really cool. And then we're going to see him just link into the Anaconda, pay 2k to go ahead and dump the bricks here. Looks like not opening up the best here. No real way to get into Halka Fibrax, it seems, which is going to slow him down quite a bit. Very, very important part of the deck here. And hoping that set card is a Scythe. Because if it is, he's in there, and he's got the Omni Negate from the Griffin Rider, and he's got the DPE to back it up, and he's also, of course, got Celestial follow-up Engrave. So not a terrible end board here, but it can be pretty fragile. So we'll see what that back row ends up being. We're going to see him normal summon Kepler. Kepler will go ahead and resolve, I imagine. I mean, a scenario like this where you only have one negate against a deck like DDD, sometimes it can be very tough on exactly what to negate, and it is a copy of Scythe, and we're going to go ahead and see Scythe trigger here, popping the Kepler, and there is the droplet again. Has it both games 1 and 3. I mean, there's really not much you can do there. That is Yu-Gi-Oh! Sometimes for you folks. He does have the droplet again. So huge. Hard opening it both games 1 and 3. Pitching 2, pitching the Thomas and the Divine King Go Rage. Going to negate the Scythe and the Wandering Griffin Rider. We're going to see him go ahead and slap down the Dark Contract with the Gate. And since DPE has already used this effect, there's no need to go ahead and drop it here. I think he added Swirl Slime there. He's going to activate Swirl Slime, pitching it, and Griffin. And going to go ahead and fuse for the Genghis, activating Swirl Slime Engrave to spec one from the hand. And we'll see if there is a response here. Looks like not. And we're going to see a copy of Copernicus. So this is really solid opening here for our DDD player. Open like almost perfectly, I want to say. This is he has like the very, very good extenders. He's got the Copernicus. He's got the Kepler. Griffin in hand to be able to revive off of the Genghis. And that's going to allow him to go ahead and search. And he also has access to a rank 4 play now. So we'll see what he's going to go ahead and grab here. Going to go for the Ragnarok. And of course, has not even gone into a single Gilgamesh yet. So that is always a play that can be made. We're going to see him activate Necro Slime now, banishing it, and Savant Thomas to go ahead and fusion. Probably into another, into a copy of Genghis here. Now, this is not anti-Nib. This will get punished by Nibiru here since this is his 5th summon. He did normal the Kepler, yeah. And then fused, and then spec'd out the Copernicus and Griffin and Genghis alike. We are going to see Snow activate here, and he's going to go ahead and banish 3/4 off of field, leaving, make sure, importantly, Celestial and Dasher engrave, and Fairy Tale Snow is going to go ahead and trigger and book one of the Genghises, and I think he was asking here if they're like once per turn, or whether or not it matters which one he books in particular here, but I believe Genghis is a hard once per turn, so he's just going to go ahead and I guess book the one that didn't use its effect yet, just in case. I don't know. But yeah, I mean, if Fairy Tale Snow, you kind of got to use it there. Otherwise, the rank 6 comes down, and you're safe from Nibiru, and you're also safe from Fairy Tale Snow. Yes, Fairy Tale Snow is not once per turn whatsoever, but you don't really have the ammo, per se, to go ahead and keep banishing another 7 to dodge the rank 6 a second time. You need to dodge it twice, so that's a lot of card advantage, which he does not have currently. So putting him in a bit of a tough spot. We're going to see him go ahead and overlay into the Caesar, activating Caesar for, I believe it's battle phase effect. I think any DDD sent to the grave gets revived after the battle phase, and I think you take 1,000 for each in the next standby phase, something like that. I don't really think he's using it here. I think he's just... I think they just use it to, like, just in case. I don't know. Because you might as well, right? We're going to see him go ahead and link into Gilgamesh. And he'll also get the effect to search off of the Caesar when it hits the grave to add a contract. Adding the Swamp King. Also scaling up Orthos and scaling up the Kepler. And we're going to see him Pendulum Summon 1. I believe, and that's going to trigger Ragnarok. Ragnarok's going to revive Caesar, activating Marksman Tell. Go ahead and drop the token by 1,000 and burn the opponent for 1,000, since he took damage that turn. And then we're going to see him tribute off with Ragnarok, off that Tell, and then banish the DPE. So just dealing with so many threats here at this point. And I think he's also triggering Marksman Tell's effect right now to go ahead and send one, since he hit the grave. Very, very good extenders here. Dumping a copy of Lamia. We'll see what he's going to go ahead and do from here. I imagine we'll see a Divisor King come out very, very soon. And yeah, this fusion spell is going to be absolutely insane here. Going to fuse off that booked Genghis and banish Kepler or a Copernicus to go for the high Genghis. And then we're going to see Lamia send off the fusion contract. And that's going to trigger the high Genghis to go ahead and spec out Rage. And we'll see Rage effect activate here, since he did tribute off the Lamia. Now Rage has quite a few effects, and we're going to see him go ahead and overlay for the Divisor. But I believe Rage has an effect where it can gain attack. Yeah. Your opponent, what's this say? Your opponent... You probably made it so your opponent cannot, like, or this card can attack directly or something. Probably, I don't know. One of those 4 effects, but it's going to be game regardless there, because Rage will gain a bunch of attack since his opponent's life points were lower than 4,000. So DDD taking this one, and it looks like you guys were incorrect in the voting. But yeah, if you guys want to see more of my content, click on one of the videos popping up on the bottom of the screen right now. And last but not least, a huge thank you goes to our Divine Level channel members, and they are Tweeter0226, Pony Start, Cadillacs84, Keith Sidgers, and Black Ninja Money. Thank you guys so much, as always, for your extremely generous support of the channel.